So with our latest project, we really wanted to look at how you increase consumers' optimism when they're facing a health crisis. I think pretty much everyone has or will at some point in their lives encounter a serious health crisis, and prior research has shown that optimism is very beneficial when you're facing a health challenge for a variety of reasons, including it helps with your physical symptoms, protects you from things like depression, but we really don't know a whole lot about how to generate or maximize our optimism in those situations. So that's what we actually sought out to do with our research. So what we found was that when you're facing a health challenge, if you adopt a mindset that seems to match with your cultural background, when you're envisioning, how am I going to tackle this health challenge, that you actually experience greater optimism, because it's easier for you to visualize that recovery process and all the steps you're going to take when you have that nice match. So what we found is that, for instance, people who are from cultures that have more of a Western or European background, what they find is most helpful is when they adopt what's called an initiator mindset, meaning that they think about, how am I going to react regardless of what events I encounter? What am I going to do? So the focus is really on me and the self. And when they adopt that mindset, they actually experience greater optimism. On the other hand, people who are from different cultural backgrounds, like we found Asian Americans or people from China, but they actually benefit more when they adopt what's called a responder mindset, which means that they basically think, how am I going to react to the situations that I encounter? So it's very much focused on the situation, and everything is very intertwined and interdependent. And so it's very interesting because this has a lot of implications for how we communicate to people experiencing a health challenge, whether you're a health practitioner, a loved family member, or a friend. The way that we communicate to someone who is trying to visualize, how am I going to tackle this challenge really matters. And so we found things just as simple as words like act versus react or respond can make a big difference. So whether it's the brochures that you give out to patients in your office, the advice you hand out to a friend, our research is suggesting that you might want to be a little bit careful how you phrase that advice, and the advice like grab the bull by the horns and figure out what you're going to do is different than advice like adapt for any situation that you might encounter. I mean, we might think those are the similar and the same thing when we say them, but what our research suggests is that there's a lot more behind those words than we might think.